Hello and welcome everybody, it's me, DaleyBoyDidds, and this is my Let's Play. Okay guys, we are on episode 12, that's Taron 12. And in the last episode, if you remember, we took over the Byzantine Empire. No, we didn't. What am I thinking? We joined the Byzantine Empire in our one solitary little county of Theodosiapolis. Yes, that music was rhymed really well there, or lined up really well. Okay, so basically, since that last game, I have been thinking that we are actually in a lot more of a predicament than I first thought. I was all buzzing, saying, yes, we're out of Armenia, we are independent, now we're part of the Byzantines, phenomenally, dominally do. But, what my worry is now, is that the Emperor is actually going to be a bit of a pain in our ass. The fact that we've come away from, what are they called? What's their religion? I forget now. The Mathesite religion. Mathesite. To the Orthodox. I'm not sure if that makes us a heretic or not. I'm not sure. But this guy has got a trait out there, or he's got something out there here that's promised to clear out heresy. It expires in 891. How far is that away? Oh, so it's not too bad. So that must have been one of those pop-up things that occur and he gets to choose one or the other. And that's where it's come in. So we've got basically a year of him. Oh no, we've got ages, haven't we? It's like 3-4 years. Alright, no problem. But either way, that's going to be an issue to us. Now, the Byzantines, I played a Let's Plays, well, not Let's Plays, but I played my own games of the Byzantines before in the past. And let's just say the emperors are difficult. Unless you comply exactly with what they want, it can be quite tough in the Byzantine Empire. As we found out, it's been quite tough in this general area anyway. So, what I've decided to do is basically make this guy my best friend and hope beyond hope that we can somehow survive. We've got a real different reasons of surviving this time because, again, if we lose our territory, that's game over. There's no running around. There's no hiding. It depends, of course, where we end up exiling to, but now as we're not part of Armenia, I don't know if that backstory is going to work anymore, unless I can think of something else really quickly. We'd probably end up in Durban. Yeah, that would be fun. So, what we're going to do is basically make this guy our Bezzy, our best mate, and luckily, he's already asked to educate a child. Now, this isn't something I'd normally go down the route of doing, but in this instance, it is something that I think we're going to have to do, because if we say no to this, I think it's a minus 35 in his liking towards us. So, unfortunately, it's probably going to mean that she's going to be raised as a proper Greek Orthodox. And, you know, that's not phenomenal for me. But, if anything was to happen to her, or when she gets old enough, we can then basically force her to change her religion back. So, as long as we're Jewish, or whoever's leading at that point is Jewish, because we might die at any time, obviously, and our son might take over. So as long as whoever's leading is Jewish, then we should be able to force them back, unless we marry her out. Now, in regards to the culture, so here a proper Greek Orthodox, our culture is Armenian, and I'm not particularly bothered if it's Armenian or something else, in honesty. I'm really not. So we'll accept that off straight away, get that out of the way. Yeah, so I'm not really that bothered if my culture is Armenian or not. As you saw before, we didn't actually sit inside the Duchy of Armenia. Theodosiapolis doesn't sit inside the Duchy of Armenia, so that's not going to help us anyway, if we've still got this county. It did when we was in Taron, it was a bit better then. But now not so much the case. Because Taron, that does sit in the Duchy, doesn't it? It sits in the Kingdom of Armenia. Okay. So, that's where we're picking up from today. And that's the new plan. We want to try and increase ourselves here. We're going to go for this Marwanid when we can. But we now want to make our Emperor the big boy. Now that we're in the Byzantines, though, everything's changed. The whole setup of what we're doing here has changed in regards to who is in charge of us. Obviously, the Emperor is the big boy. He's going to sit on top of everything and make all the major decisions. And from what I'm looking really quickly across the Byzantines, there doesn't seem to be kingdoms within this empire. it seems to be a lot of duchies. So each one of these are different duchies, and we sit inside this duchy, I think. No, we don't. We sit directly underneath the king. Let's have a see. So if we was to click on ourselves, yeah, at the moment, our liege is our emperor, and that's not a very good position to be in. We want to get away from this guy as much as we can, and we want to really join in with the Duke over here, which does actually include, which we are actually included in by de jure, so he might ask for this anyway. So Duke Leon of Trezibond may very well ask for us to be moved over, and in a way we should be. So hopefully that will happen sooner rather than later. What stewardship wise, he's not got the highest stewardship skills in the world, which means even as an emperor he's still got to work around this demesnes issue. So with a 9, well, for argument's sake, he's got 9 to 26, we've got 11 to 29, and we can only have 4 territories. So with a better stewarding skill, we can only have 4 territories. Now the fact that he is an emperor as well will also increase that, but probably not up to this many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 counties he's got. He probably won't be able to have that many counties. I wouldn't imagine. I imagine his will be 5. It might be 6. I might have completely got that wrong. I'm not sure. Okay, so he still says our vassal levels are up too long. This shouldn't be the case now. We haven't got any vassals up. So, no, all the military's down. You can see it there. So that must just be on while he's peed off with us. Or it might be on for a year or something like that. Okay, so that's the situation now. We're now Byzantine bound. Let's play this slowly. We may very well not last very long at all. This emperor might take everything from us before we even get going. But he does like us a bit now. Now, I don't really want to put too much money towards the emperor. Simply because he is older. He's 51. It's not the oldest emperor in the world. In fact, he's not that old. Let's see if we can give him a little bit of cash as well. We can declare war. Do you think that'll help our ways? I doubt it. We can't give him any money. 371 gold. Are you flipping flipped? So before we can even give him any gifts, we need 371 gold. Yeah, that's not going to happen. So... well, so far so good. We made it about a month. So we'll just see how things progress from here. For us now directly, we've got obviously the claim on Chaldea. And I want this one as well. Now they're back at war again. And that's a war of revoking. So Sharap is the just to revoke Semender. And I think he's by himself here, isn't it? Just click on him a second. Marwan the Old. Okay, Mr. Marwan. Let's see what your situation is. So, have you joined somebody else? It looks like it, yeah. Emma Marwan. Okay. So now we've got Nain Didds is legal age. She's now become an elusive shadow, which is good news. Let's just put this on pause a second. What does that mean for us right now? Can we do anything with that? We probably can. Obviously, we can arrange a marriage for her. And if we was to stick it in a matrilineal, is there anybody big that we can bring in first of all? That's going to get us a little bit of assurance. Probably not, I would imagine. What about the Emperor himself? Do we have any people within his dynasty? So, next in line for the Emperor is this son here, the Duke of Crete. Oh, the Deuce. How do you say that? Is it Douse of Crete? I don't even know. I don't know. But he's the next in line. Now, he's married already, which is fair enough. Is she preggers? She is not. I've just thought if he would have had a son, we could have married our daughter to his son and tried to get in that way. That might have worked. It wasn't to be. Never mind. Okay. Right, I'm a bit all over the show. Let's do what I was going to do. introduction to the Byzantines. So, what's our new rules here? Okay, so we've got Cohen Gadol of the Jews. He's got no head! Where's your head, Cohen? Oh my god, you've got no head! That's not what that means. I just don't think he's actually in power at the moment. So, the Jewish faith isn't thriving at the moment, obviously, as we can see, because we've got no actual authority going on. But we'll do that. That will be something that we try to do. What's this? Create the high priesthood. We need the sheikdom of Jerusalem. Okay, we'll do that soon. Give us a chance, you bloody thing. Okay, lower crown authority. 5%. Now, lowering crown authority is something that I'm personally interested in. And the reason why is because we do have claims. Is because we do have claims that we cannot push at the moment. You saw we couldn't push it because we had to declare war on our own Duke. On our own Emperor in order to go for this territory. And this territory is not owned by our Emperor, or it's not run directly by him. They've got their own count, they've got their own Duke system. Then the Emperor would be above them. So that in itself isn't the greatest thing, which means the laws at the moment are too high. So yes, lowering crown authority is something that I would be interested in later on. But 5% isn't really big enough for me to start pissing off the Emperor just yet. Intrigue-wise, we've got to kill Chaldea. So, alright, he got a claim, didn't he? So he's got a claim on our territory. So we wanted to kill him off. What would be... Is anybody else even interested in this? 15 more percent. Nah, 15 more percent. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. Let's just get rid of that for a moment. Now, we do have a claim here on this territory. And he has 5 allies as it stands right now. So what would be the chances of taking this guy out? 61 by ourselves. And a potential another 24. So it still wouldn't be enough. What would that be? 85%? 85%. Still not enough. And right now, not enough for me to leave on there. What about our own Emperor? What if we was to get a younger Emperor on the go and then see if we can manipulate the new boy as opposed to the olden? I'm just looking at these. Has he given some away? Oh, I don't know why I thought that before. I don't know why I counted these up and said that it's too many spaces, because obviously he doesn't own our area. He's not running our area, so that won't affect his demands. Yeah, all right. So before, when I counted up his territories and I said, oh, he's got 6, that'll be too many. He doesn't actually have our title. Of course, he doesn't have our title because we've got our title, which is even more reason why the Duke over here will probably, Duke Leon, will probably ask his Emperor for us to fall under his rule. That's what I'm going to imagine is going to happen. Yeah, so what I was going to do is see how much we could get on a kill for this guy. 32% ourselves. Not many people are going to join us, I don't think, because simply we are not of their religion, and that will be an issue. Ooh, he's Norse. Go after him. Don't bother with. Ooh, another Jewish. Oh, it's only a courtier. That's a shame. It's a shame that he hasn't got anybody else in authority. I mean, he may still have somebody in authority that's Jewish. Alright, so we've still got a load of things that we can do. And we'll look at those in more detail, probably in the next episode. There's no prisoners, no plots, no threats right now. We're not going to choose a plot just yet either. Military-wise, we've got no military up, but we have got, what, 500-ish, there or thereabouts. Just under, obviously, just under 500 people available to us, that's fine. Technology, we still can affect this, but not very well. We need to be a Duke, really, to affect technology growth. So that's to come. We'll worry about technology when we get a chance to do something about it. The laws. Now, our laws are still down here in Gavelkind. This is the succession law. So basically, agnatic, cognatic means males first, females after. So oldest male, if there is no males, then it goes to oldest female. Hence why Shoshiangnik isn't the direct heir right now, even though she's the eldest child. Because she's a daughter and we have a son, son comes first, then daughters after it. And if anybody's watching that is of the female gender, this is not me that's doing this, guys. This is medieval Europe and the way that people thought about it of these times. You actually get deducted you actually get penalties if you have a female heir. If you're a female ruler, you get penalties for that as well. It's doable. They're not massive penalties, but generally speaking, it's easy to have a male heir and be a male ruler within the game. That's just a tip for anybody playing. We are going to set our own law right now as well, which is going to be to increase the feudal levies, and we might as well do this because there are no other feudal rulers in our vicinity, in our what would you call it? Dynasty, what do you call it? It's like in our kingdom. We're not a king, so that's why I was trying to get away from kingdom. But within our rule, we've got no other castle, no other feudal vassals, so they're not going to put up a fight. So this will be passed instantly, and there you go, instantly passed. What this does mean is, as we start taking more territories, though, even though they won't be happy, the fact that it's on maximum and harsh. They won't be happy about either of those two things, but we won't get the negative for changing that law as well. So that's good to get done early. Ideally, and what we will always aim for, is primogeniture. Wait, I just can't speak. I cannot speak today at all. So it will always be oldest, agnatic, cognatic, primogeniture. So again, it'll be males first, if no males then females, and it'll be oldest down. What we probably will do is change to either an elective monarchy or an ultra-generic monarchy. Elective obviously goes out and we get to vote for who comes in within our families. Oh my god, I cannot speak. The ultra one is basically the same as primo, except it goes from the youngest upwards. So that's what we'll go for, and obviously seniority is the oldest overall, which would then put Shoshinig in power at this point, if we was to die. But we're not bothered about ours at the moment. Gavelkine's fine. Basically what Gavelkine will do is split off our titles between the heirs, basically, between our children, and that's not good. If you say, for instance, if we was here and then everything started getting split off, people would have claims all over the shop, and it would just be war on war. That's what happens in the vanilla game over in Spain. Basically, there is we've got Leon, Castile, and Galicia. That used to be one unified area, and then it gets split up because of Gavelkine and the death of its ruler. Okay, so what are we looking at? Byzantine. So the Byzantine laws is primogeniture, which is great. So we know who's going to, or we should know who's going to be next in line. Then why are they passing a son? Let me just click on this. So primogeniture should mean this guy should take preference, unless he was a bastard child. I don't understand. Maria. Yeah, different wife, but he must be a bastard. I don't know. I don't know why he's been overlooked, but it's this guy anyway who's going to get it, and then presumably it's going to go from him down to him and down to him. Okie dokie. So that's fair enough. We know that the law is too high, and in fact, Crown Authority is only medium, which stops us from directly going after people. Fair enough, but he's actually currently in the midst of trying to get high Crown Authority, which means it's going to be even harder for us to take this territory and other territories within, unless they go to war for something. Then we can try and swoop in and just nick it. Okay, so that's that, and then obviously the council. We've got a decent council still. We did get a load of people come to us from the Yagburid area, which I believe was Alan before, and that's because obviously that area's been taken over, so they fled and they came to us, which was nice. So is there anybody better at the moment? Yes, there is, straight away. Aspar, you are now my new rabbi, and proselytize our area, please. My wife is still... officially she's not the best. We have got somebody better. She's depressed, Nain. No, Nain, don't be depressed. Don't be depressed. I suppose you can be depressed. We can get somebody better. Oh, she's pregnant. Don't you kill yourself. Don't commit suicide before you have my son. But we're not going to change her over just yet. We'll keep her as is. She's got my interests at heart as our name. I'm sure of it. Our steward, only a 12. Have we got a better steward, please? No. Not just yet. We won't mess about changing them if they're not genuinely better. We must have a better marshal. Right, that is something that we need to sort out. A better marshal we definitely need. And in fact, we've got a daughter now that we might be able to bring a marshal in. 22 is not going to be beaten, I don't think, there. And 22 is not going to be beaten. So he's currently out trying to fabricate a claim in Strasbourg. Everybody else is doing their thing. What they're doing, training troops, that's fine. Collecting taxes. She is scheming. And they're proselytizing, that's fine. Okay, so that's just a bit of an introduction into our new area. Hopefully things will change quickly, and hopefully these crown laws will be altered. Now, there is a war here. There's a couple of wars going on here. But the war that we've just been pulled into is this one. So they've got a holy war for Kartil. The Duchy of Kartil. Ooh, it's this one up here. And that includes Chow as well. Interesting. So, I presume... Oh, Kartil. So, that's where they're going for first. But this was obviously the Georgia regions. And this has just been taken as well. Nice. So, while he's at war there, hopefully he'll leave us alone. We've given 79 men to the cause. Hopefully this guy will join in as well. And if he does, that might potentially mean that we can fight him. And try and take this area. Now, the fact that the Crown Authority is up and is too high for us to take Chaldea will not apply to this area, which we do have a claim on. The Marowanid and Colonia. We do have a claim on this, and they have pulled up levies as well. So we really could take... Could we take this right away, in fact? No. Not right away. Alright, let's try and get ourselves a military leader on the way in. So, with our daughter... Shushit. Oh, we've got both daughters can bring people in, that's good. So, matrilineal marriage on both. Let's just see if there is anybody that's got a good opinion of us. Nope. Anybody of a decent rank? We got a rabbi. But she will go from our court if they come into us. So let's see if we've got somebody here. A 12 is not that good. Oh, these are not particularly good peoples at all. A better rabbi, but again, not that smart at all. Oh, Alan must still exist because he's from there. He wants to get married. He wants to fall in love. Alright, so let's then look to see if we've got anybody with very good traits. Which I don't think we're going to have, to be honest. Tengri. I want to know them Tengris. Come over to me, my friends. Just don't bother with the Tengris. Let's have a goosey. In fact, what I might do is have a look at this off camera. Because what are we on? We're on 18 minutes now. So, yeah, I'll have a look at this off camera. I'll try and find spouses, but then I'll apply for spousism while you guys are watching. I think that might be the best way forward. As son was born, Tatul. I like Tatul. He's a good man. We've got no particular traits, have we, that we will pass on? You know, like a genius trait or a quick trait or anything like that. I don't think our wife has. No, she better not pass a depressed trait on. Oh, our son look identical. Yeah, so we've not particularly passed anything on to him, but he has got a little bit of prestige already. Well done, sir. Well done. I want this vassal levy to go. Why is that still on? Is that still on because he has still got a negative opinion coming out of it? Because surely he's got to get over that, Annie, soon enough. He's got to get over that. So you can see they've taken a bit of vassals off us. Owner martial skill is down by 50%. Why? Why is your martial skill down by 50%? Bishop Musheg? Is it because you are slow? It is probably because you are slow. So we need to get rid of you, don't we, really? You're stressed. You're stressed. Okay, guys. I think what we'll do is probably leave it there. It's 20 minutes in. I'm quite happy with what we got through here today in this particular Let's Play. In this particular episode. It was important to find out where we are now. Because the Byzantine Empire is very, very different from Armenia's duchy. So, although we've not really achieved anything, we've certainly not died. So that's a step forward. We've not had the emperor turn around and say, "Oi, change your religion or I take you," which he probably would have done. We've had to entrust a ward to him, which I'm not massively happy about, because basically he now has a prisoner of ours. We are considered an infidel by him. That's not good. And we are considered a foreigner. Now, we can make things a bit better. This is what I was going to say before, actually. On our intrigue tab, we should be able to convert to the culture of the court, but we're not going to convert to the local religion. Yes, that is something that we can do. And as I said, I'm not that bothered about being classed as Armenian or not. Because we don't sit in Armenia anyway, so I'm not particularly bothered about being classed as Armenian. So I might actually convert to this culture. It's going to cost me 200 prestige, which we've got. But it'll mean that we are no longer a... It's just one of those things that we're no longer a threat about. So our liege's culture will be Greek. And I think that might be definitely something that we should look into as probably something that would be smart to do. So we'll do that in the next one. They're taking that rapid, aren't they? They've taken it. That was fast. They've taken that very, very quickly. How's this guy doing on? Oh, your wife is blind. Where are your eyes? Oh my god, I can't see anything. Where are they? Are you blind? No, you're not blind. Are you blind? No, you're not blind. But you are. What happened? Why are you blind? What happened to you? Okay, what was I doing? Yeah. Let's see how his military stands. He has got 588 military men available to him, which is more than us. We have not got that sort of manpower. However, if he was to find an unruly end, then we may very well be able to, well, we'll reduce that military might down significantly. So that's something that we'll look into later on. The Grand Vizier of Marwan, the old. Not the Grand Vizier does. Well, he's Jewish. The old Grand Vizier over there. So that's good news for us. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it right now. I am actually going to leave it. Oh, they've gone up against their guys as well. The Shemaka. Okay. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave likes, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want to do. Make it favourite. Apparently we can make things favourite in YouTube nowadays. Never seen that before. It really helps me out. I've not yet had a single like for a single video. Somebody like it. You probably won't like this one because it's not been the most exciting, but we had to get used to who we are and where we sit. And that's what we've done, and I think we've done it well. So I'll see you in the next video, guys. It's the Unlucky 13. See you now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, 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 bye. Bye-bye.